Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.
Associate sponsor, Frederic Constant Geneve.
Hi, I'm Anand Rangaswamy, editor of Storyboard on CNBC TV 18. What I'll be looking for is to see how the teams have interpreted the brief, to see whether they've given us a solution which meets the brief. That's the simple check I'm going to do.
Hi, I'm Anand Subramanian, Director of Marketing Communications at Ola. What we're looking for today are two things. One, extreme clarity of thought in terms of what people bring here as a solution. And two, a real clear understanding of the problem and delivering what can probably go back and be implemented by us in real time.
Hi, I'm Prashant Mishra, Professor of Marketing at IIM Calcutta. What I'm looking for from the presenting teams today is how they size up the problem and the depth of analysis, as well as the clarity of solution in terms of the feasibility and scalability of the solution.
Hi, I'm Rudratej Singh, Vice President Marketing Operations for South Asia for Hindustan Unilever. It's a very, very exciting case study, one of the most exciting and challenging ones. I'm definitely looking at how creative the ideas are, but at the same time, how implementable these ideas are.
Culture capital of the country, the city with the best street food and some of the smartest B-School graduates. Hello and welcome to Line 6. I'm Pooja Kanwal and we are at IIM Calcutta. The first of the IIMs to be established, IIM Calcutta, is especially renowned for its finance-related courses and is widely considered to be one of the best B-Schools in the world for finance. Now, IIM Calcutta's journey at life is very similar to what you may call a bear third in season 1, second in season 2, climbed up a few places to 6th in season 3, and fell down to 10th place in season 4. Last year, the institute dropped further to 11th position in the overall report. Will the results get bullish for them this year? Let's wait and see. The Indian cab market is pegged anywhere between 8 to 10 billion US dollars. And is expected to grow at over 20% annually. But only 5% of this market is in the organized sector. The rest of it is spread between small to medium operators with independent owners. Ola is one of India's first and largest aggregators of cabs, with over 18,000 cabs spread across the 12 cities that it operates in. Founded in 2011 by two IIT Bombay alumni, Bhavesh Agarwal and Ankit Bhatti, Ola integrates car transport within the city seamlessly with technology, ensuring convenience, transparency and quick service fulfillment for all parties involved.
So I support Glory Hunters. I think they're a wonderful team, and I've gone through a little bit of their ideas. I think they're wonderful. And again, I kind of support Manchester United as well, Glory Hunters and stuff. So I wish they would win. Yeah.
So two teams, Citrus and Glory Hunters. I think my friend Pritish Roy is participating in one of the teams, so I am supporting his team.
I support Citrus team because they are my friends, first of all, and I wish them all the very best.
Associate sponsor, Frederic Constant Geneve.
Hello and welcome. You're watching the IIM Calcutta Campus Round. Before we call our two teams on stage, let's meet our jury panel for the day. From CNBC TV 18, we have Anand Rangaswamy. We have Anand Subramaniam, Director Communication from Ola. From IIM Calcutta, Professor Prashant Mishra. And finally, Rudratej Singh, Vice President Marketing Operations for South Asia, Hindustan Unilever. Welcome, judges. With that, it's time to call our first team on stage. Team Citrus. Welcome, guys. You know the rules. You have 3 minutes to make your presentation. At the end of that, we'll sound the buzzer indicating end of time. And that will be followed with a question and answer session with the jury. You good to go? Your time starts now.
Consumers have an affordable option that is both convenient and comfortable. Exploring the current options of transport, affordable buses lack comfort, cars are comfortable but lack affordability, autos are convenient to find but lack affordability and comfort. Ola Share is the ride-sharing service that will combine all three and revolutionize the way we travel. Building on the consumer insights, we'll be focusing the office-going people and college students as they can form a loyal and regular customer base due to the concentrated office and college zones and their familiarity to technology. Starting from this, we'll be positioning our product as a substitute to current modes of transport that caters to daily travel requirements. This will be done by offering low price to consumers and incentivizing ride-sharing for drivers.
Ola Share would be rolled out in 2 phases. In the first phase, only Ola drivers can offer Ola Share to maintain a quality of service. The driver would switch to the Ola Share mode in the app and make available the number of seats he wants to share, choose the destination and the route he'll be taking. The passengers on their app could choose the pickup time and the destination. Ola backend would then search for passengers who want to travel the maximum common distance and are closest to the driver. The driver and passengers would get the details of each other on confirmation. When the passenger boards, the driver would start the ride for the particular passenger, identified by his username and address. When a passenger alights, the driver would end the ride and the payment would be made through Ola Money. In the second phase, personal car owners can sign up for Ola Share and the app would provide the option to be a driver or a passenger in the Ola Share section. Quality and safety would be ensured using a rating system and the verification process respectively for both parties. The passengers would be charged Rs 2.25 per seat per kilometer for Mini and Rs 3 per seat per kilometer for Sedan. Ola would initially incentivize its driver in phase 1 by taking no margin. Ola Share would be launched in Bengaluru initially with NCR following suit. Bengaluru has a high concentration of offices in many tech parks, large number of cabs, lack of any standard rates across transportation modes and is the biggest market for Ola.
For creating awareness, we are using a conventional strategy and an extensive social media plan. Promotion would be carried out in 3 stages. First, Ola Share would be launched at the end of a green marathon in Bengaluru, along with a theme video addressing 3 pain points of affordability, convenience, and comfort. A back-end social community management team would actively engage with potential customers and respond to their concerns. We will strategically place hoardings around tech parks in Bengaluru and famous hangout places. For existing users, we will use app upgrades and in-cab promotion. For phase 1, we will hold a My Ola Story contest. So here, customers would share fun ride-sharing experiences through self-made videos for attractive prizes. A collage of these videos can also be used for later promotion activities. This contest would be specific to Ola drivers. In the next phase, we will launch a selfie contest to engage both personal car owners and customers for the real unconventional ride with the hashtag sharing is fun. Thank you.
When I heard your solution, I go back to the brief and it says recommended research. Primary research is strongly recommended, etc., etc. I've seen no evidence of research anywhere in your presentation.
So actually, regarding the primary research, we have talked to people in Delhi NCR specifically and in Bangalore. Regarding the Delhi NCR research, what we have actually, there is a system in place of shared cabs in Delhi NCR already. What happens there is the cabs which are operating in companies. So when drivers goes on to pick up the people, so they go vacant. So what he will do he will stop.
Where's the evidence of this research? You're just telling me something now. What? I mean, how many people did you speak to? Where did you speak? What kind of demographics? What kind of age?
The people we talked to in Bangalore were basically of 25 to 27 years of age. They were all office going and working in major tech parks only. So I talked to them about
how many people did you speak to?
15.
15. Okay, and then?
Then we had a talk with them that what...
In Delhi?
In Delhi,
about 10, sir.
And what same profile?
So they were similar to what he mentioned. They were office-going people in the age group of 25 to...
So how do you know what students want?
So if we look at how cab sharing will work, So basically, it will be better to choose the customer group which are going to concentrated zones. That's what I have also mentioned while I was presenting it. So if you look at Delhi market, the Cyber City area in Gurgaon or Okhla area in Delhi, most of the office going people will be going at one destination. So implementing that in the first phase would definitely be better.
What's the research on the personal car owners bit? Why isn't there an attitudinal change there which you have to create, a behavioral shift for people to be open to sharing their car? What's the research there? What's the plan there?
On this point, we have a primary research. Again, I would point to the Delhi NCR market. If you would see there are people who actually, they would use their personal car. I mean, if they are going somewhere and they are alone, I mean, I'm not saying everyone does that, but there are people who actually do that they would give lift to people and they would ask them for, 30 or 40 rupees for a ride from, say, Ifko Chowk to Dhola Kuan and things like that. So that is a trend which is going on in those places where we studied. So building on that, we have actually, derived to what we have presented. And the initial phase would actually be going through the Ola drivers. So in that phase, we would possibly be able to figure out some other challenges also. Because the first phase of rollout is not with personal car drivers.
What's the Ola advantage? Why would I use Ola service?
So we, as we pointed out in our marketing insight, that we are focused on the three pillars. So the most common concern and the most important concern that travelers have in current market is that the office goers, they have a strict price sensitivity. So for taking the example of Delhi, people travel through metros because it's convenient, but at the same time it is not very comfortable because it's overcrowded. At the same time, as we pointed out, auto rickshaws and the other alternative modes of transport, they lack in one of the three aspects at least. So Ola Share would eliminate those kind of barriers because it is comfortable, and since there is a limit on the passengers that would be traveling through the service.
So a lot of your social media strategy, put in very, very one-way communication pieces, like which said, I'll get people to share a selfie, I'll put in a theme video. If I were to give you a small budget, say of 50 lakhs or half a crore or a crore, what would you probably do very, very differently to ensure that this takes off really, really viral in terms of adoption? Right? Ride sharing is going to be about engagement. It's going to be about the community.
So we would be suggesting that we can partner with IPL. So during that time, what happens is people travel to the same location, and generally the stadiums are overcrowded. Okay, so a lot of people have to travel to the same location. So ride sharing can be a huge advantage for those kind of people. Another thing that we are suggesting is that we can rope in celebrities. So those celebrities will be providing the ride sharing service. So it's going to be quite fun. So cameras will be installed in that car, and the videos that would be the fallout of this particular project, they have the potential to go viral, and it would create a great brand value for the company.
What would be the barriers for personal car owners to not use this service, and what would be the triggers? And then you need to do this evaluation right now, very quickly, on whether what you suggested is going to overcome the triggers are big enough to overcome those barriers. That's really what you need to be thinking.
So for phase 2, we understand the barriers would be if I'm sharing my car, I don't know what kind of passengers who will sit in my cab. That is one issue. The other issue was that I don't know whether they would come on time if I am in a hurry in the morning to go to my office. So I don't know whether they will be on time and whether I'll get late to the office, or my passengers who are traveling with me would get late for that. So these two are the major concerns that we took into account.
It's time to take a short break. You're watching the IIM Calcutta campus round. Stay tuned.
I think it went really well. We were able to explain our insights on which we have built our case to the jury. There were certain aspects in which they were asking for us for more depth, and maybe we could have addressed them in a better way. But overall, I think it was a great learning experience, and it was really a great case.
Associate sponsor, Frederic Constant Geneve.
Welcome back. You're watching the IIM Calcutta campus round. It's time to get straight back into the action. It's now time for Team Glory Hunters to present to the jury. Welcome, guys. You know the rules. You'll be given 3 minutes to make your presentation, and at the end of that, we'll sound the buzzer. That will be followed with a question and answer session with the jury. All good? Start.
So, good evening everyone. The exercise here is aimed at building ride sharing as a concept in India, and we do it through 3 stages broadly. First, we look at the customer and who really we're looking to target. Second is the product specifics, and finally we look at the social media plan and the marketing strategy we have in place. So traditionally the Western market has been dominated by intercity travel. A significant market also provided by additional suburb to downtown travel for work purposes. The established player in Europe, which is BlaBlaCars, has created a POD for itself by focusing on community building, the whole community of people who share rides. India, on the other hand, is dominated by India-specific localized startups who basically act as a bridge between car owners and prospective riders. So this led us to look at the case in a 2-pronged manner. First, we looked at the riders, and then we looked at the owners as well and their willingness to share a ride. And what it confirmed was our 2 biggest hypotheses, is that the insecurities that people share largely revolve around inconvenience and safety insecurity. There are certain others as well, which we'll look into. So, who are we really looking at? Millennials in the service sector who are upwardly mobile and tech-savvy, traveling to work along critical routes in 4 major cities in India. This is what really is our critical mass. Why not people who'd want to go to the airport maybe? That is because what we can see is there is a significant change in willingness to share a ride to the airport vis-a-vis share a ride to work. And moving on to the product, what we have here is the Ola Cab Share and Ola Space Share. So Ola Cab Share is essentially the B2C model, and Ola Space Share is our C2C model. Cab Share relies on using and increasing the utilization of Ola's existing fleet. Space Share, on the other hand, is the more traditional model where we are looking to act as a bridge between people, again, the owners and the riders. But where Ola really creates a difference is by addressing loopholes in prior models. And this is where the 4-5 features that are really key. One is spot booking, where we are not focusing on pre-booking and trying to pre-plan your journey. We're focusing on spot booking where it is right there, right now. Ola Pink is a women-only friendly service. Ola Money, and lastly, speed dial and My Ola Profile. And this is where we look to facilitate community building through Ola ratings, Ola Ping, Ola Miles, Ola Footprint, and Ola Stories. Basically, these are all a part of the social media program. And next, how would we communicate the idea at hand to connect with the thrifters, the talkers, and the tree huggers of the world? What we have is a social media plan, which is 5 aspects to it, but the broad focus is on SEO and developing the website. There is no reason why something as beautiful as the Ola blog should not come up on the first 10 searches. And lastly, we will back it up by mass marketing, car flyers, etc., billboards on critical points, silk board for example. And we like to close it with that. Thank you.
I want to start with one thing. Do you know there's a shared taxi service between Bombay and Pune which is over 50 years old?
Are you talking about Shraveri?
Pardon?
Shraveri.
No, I'm talking about a simple black and yellow shared taxi which is over 50 years old.
Mumbai actually has a government initiative wherein they have a share a taxi sort
then
of.
You have Bombay, Shirdi, Bombay, lots of places. So when you say India doesn't have long distance intercity travel, it does. And it's old as the hills.
So currently, it's a highly disorganized market as compared in terms of the shared market. So there's no major player in the market as of now. So there are a few players here and there in cities, in the metros, of course, who are operating in the shared model, which is the ride share model. But there is no one such operator who is, who has penetrated the market as such.
So let me throw a return question on you on cab share specifically as a product. Do you think it will work better if the onus of sharing is given to the customer who has booked the cab or the driver who's operating the cab? Which do you think will work better?
Over here, since you're mentioning cab share, the owner of the cab again would be the cab driver, because he would be the one who would be judging on the basis of, so there should be some standardized this thing which should be laid out to him as to, a particular rating of the traveler who is traveling on the basis of, again, what we mentioned, the rating of a traveler as to whether he's a beginner or an intermediate or the expert traveler based on his reviews. So there should be some standardization which should be in place when you are taking multiple people, because you never know. So once you've started off with the ride, the people who are next, logging into the ride, they would be able to see who all is sitting in the cab already. So then it would become their preference. as to whether I want to go with these people or not.
This whole idea of making friends and then building whole business proposition on that sounds too naive. I mean, if it is about making friends and then traveling together, I'll make friends with 4 of my colleagues at the office and travel together. Why do I need an Ola cab?
The business is the priority, yes. But because we are targeting millennials who are extremely socially active, or rather active online, so what apart from the online control that they exert, what we have to look at it is that why we are doing this is to provide convenience. If I go to work with Neha and Rajat, we might go to the same office, but she might leave at 9, he might leave at 9:30, I might leave at 6. So I do not want to tie the customers up with that. And that is why carpooling has been, in fact, I personally tried to do it while I was working in Bangalore, but the same problem is that the timings just don't match. This does away with that problem, and that is why we are talking about community building.
You've got a lot of process. You've done a great job in putting things and into frameworks and grids and stuff. And then you've come with a campaign where I don't find anything which is single-mindedly going to change behavior. Finally, you're going to change behavior. What you said, for example, was what needs to happen is a driver presses access to saying, I am available, and then a passenger has to say, I'm willing to take it. That's process. I agree with it. That's not why it will happen. It will happen because you are unlocking a message, a tool, a solution which will change life from how it is today. And these 3 messages don't cater to any of the 2 biggest choice drivers or barriers that you yourself have highlighted. There's a huge gap. And please challenge me and tell me whether I'm wrong.
So what we want to focus here upon is you have a help buzzer. The first effort you can take is to help that person. If that is not working, you have a help buzzer to trigger it so that the control room can take charge. This next step you can do is put a negative rating, a negative reply so that thing does not take place again and again.
Spend half a minute and tell me, you've got 3 phases. When you start off, everything is, there is nothing right now. You want to start this business. What's that one message that you will say which will unlock this behavior change?
So the one thing we want to focus is, so what our tagline can be is a safe ride with people like you.
That's it.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, team. Please step out while our jury deliberates and pens its results.
Yeah, I think it was good, but we were a bit grilled on the Q&A, but I think we made a path through it.
So, I believe we were grilled on the consistency in the presentation, but at the end of the day, I think we were able to justify that, and hopefully we will win.
The winning team today is going to win themselves a cash prize of 50,000 rupees, a fast-track route to the pre-placement interview round at HUL, Gioni mobiles and exciting lime hampers. All right, the team to win is Glory Hunters. Congratulations. Can I please have Rudratesh Singh give them the check? That's a wrap on this episode. We'll be back next week from another campus. Until then, from the entire team, many thanks for watching.
Extremely excited. So we just thought that we had lost it out. But, that resurgence feels good.
After the Q&A session, we would drill so hard, we thought that maybe...
And we are excited for the hamper. Let's see what it's got for us.
Thanks to HUL, CNBC and everyone else. Gioni.
Associate sponsor, Frederic Constant Geneve.
Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.